At night, a beautiful girl named Anisfia von Palladia is hunting with adventurers in a forest. Adventurers had a hard time killing these top-level wolves and also had to protect Anis since she was only a girl. When Anis was cornered by the wolves, one of the adventurers, I will call Terry, told his friend not to save Anis. But his friend didn't care what Terry said, and he immediately helped Anis. However, Anis screamed at him not to kill this wolf. Then she immediately used her magic tool to kill them to get magic stones.
私の素材の取り分奪おうっての。
Anis continued to kill the wolves, but unfortunately her magic broom broke, and she had to fight the wolves with only the magic sword. Then Terry explained to his friend that Anis was a strange girl who always appeared whenever there were rare monsters. Anis was called the Princess of Plunder by adventurers and a princess of a royal family named Palladia. She has a graceful appearance, but always wreaks havoc in her kingdom. Her fighting technique is very unique because she uses tools that have never been used by hunters or adventurers. Before long, Anis had finished killing all the rare wolves and retrieved their magic stones. Then the morning sun rises, and Anis brings a wolf skull head. Anis thanked them and spoke a word they didn't understand. The word is mutualism. Then Anis explained that the word means mutually beneficial to each other. Anis got plenty of magic stones, while the adventurers brought quality rare wolf corpses. Then Anis immediately returned to the kingdom of Palladia. The adventurers who met her for the first time were very surprised after noticing Anis' strange behavior. Terry's friend asks, if Anis is the princess of the royal family, why didn't Anis use magic to kill the wolves before? Then Terry replied that Anis couldn't use magic. In the Palladia kingdom, Grants and Anis's father were talking about the governmental affairs of this city. Algerd von Palladia, the younger brother of Anis, also has to learn about politics and important government documents. Algerd had to do this because he was the country's future king of Palladia. Before long, Anis came home, and her father was very surprised to see Anis in such a dirty condition. Anis's father scolded and wanted to slap his daughter because she was hunting again without thinking about her position as a princess. But Anis denied her father that acts of violence in the family could endanger the Palladia kingdom's situation. When her father was off guard, Anis immediately went to her royal villa residence. Afterward, Grants saw the skull head of a wolf brought by Anis. He and the higher-ups of the government were very surprised that Anis could kill this rare monster. Some ordinary swords used by the knights can still not kill this monster. However, Anis could kill rare wolves thanks to the magic tool she created in her research. Everyone in the kingdom was amazed by the research results of the magic tools that Anis made. The magic tools created by Anis really help people to live their daily lives. Then Grants, Anis's father, and government officials discussed the activities carried out by Anis. One government official said that Anis was too spoiled by her father. Even the higher-ups in the government were worried and suspicious of Anis, who might be researching dangerous magic. This could cause the nobility's name to be terrible. She can live freely and do whatever she wants in the kingdom. Anis is also not an heir to the kingdom for several reasons. One is that she can't use magic. Then the other government officials also looked down on Anis because she was just a stupid princess born without magic. On the other hand, Algerd was very annoyed and hated Anis for some reason. At the royal villa, Ilya, as Anis' loyal servant, helps clean and treat the wounds on Anis' body. Ilya always remembers Anis' obsession with magic, so she makes it natural for Anis, who is always crazy, to try every new magic tool she makes. The story goes back to Anis' past when she was 5 years old. Since she was little, Anis wanted to be able to use magic to fly as high as she could in the sky. These are Anis' dreams and vague memories of when she lived in her previous world. Anis realized that she had been reincarnated and reborn into another world in ancient times. But unfortunately, Anis doesn't remember anything about the world she lived in before. Only a few memories remained within her. She saw many vehicles on Earth but never found them in this another world. Even though Anis didn't know her gender in the previous world, she still intended to live as a princess in the kingdom of Palladia. Maybe she was a man in the past because his or her nature was too naughty and brutal. But Anis will eliminate the many hollow memories from the past and must focus on pursuing her old dreams in this new world. Since then, Ilya has always accompanied Anis to make her strange dream come true. In this world, flying at the highest level of magic was impossible. Even some magicians can only fly low distances and have limited time. But Anis never gave up and kept trying to learn magic so she could fly using a broom. Ilya is annoyed because Anis has broken many brooms daily, which is very inconvenient for her. However, Ilya didn't mind that anymore because she was used to seeing Anis's brutality like that. Then Anis went to her friend Tilty Claret's laboratory to talk about magic potions. Anis gave the magic stone she got today to Tilty. Anis wanted to make magic potions as usual with her. Tilty is worried about the side effects of this potion because it might harm Anis's body. But Anis said her body was stable and only felt weak for a while. This is the only way she can gain magic power and achieve her dream of flying into the sky. Tilty is sad that a noble like Princess Anis was born without magic and has to drink a magic potion like this. But Anis didn't mind that because she could still rely on the magic tool she created. After all, Anis had Algerd to continue the king's throne in the kingdom of Palladia. Anis wants to be a witch who uses her magic to help and make other people happy. Then Tilty asked Anis how Algerd and his fiancée Euphilia, daughter of Grants, were getting married soon. Anis replied that she was not aware of any developments regarding this. Even though Euphilia came from a noble family named Marquis, Anis had never chatted with Euphilia in all this time. But Anis was very impressed with Euphilia's perfect figure as the future queen of this country. Euphilia is also a genius witch who possesses extraordinary magical powers. Anis had seen Euphilia use her beautiful magic. After that, they proceeded to brew magic potions again. The next day, in Palladia's National Aristocratic Academy, Euphilia was chatting with her friends. Before long, Algerd came there with Lionel, and they had a very romantic conversation. Lionel was a commoner who had recently been elevated to noble status. Algerd had been keeping a closer on Lionel lately, and it was as if he didn't care about Euphilia's whereabouts. Because of that, Euphilia warned Lionel to be careful around Algerd. She didn't want Lionel to become the rumor of negative chatter by others because Lionel had just become noble. In the afternoon, Euphilia visited the Palladia kingdom to talk to Algerd. But Algerd didn't like Euphilia's attitude so far. She is too perfect and selfish in every decision without thinking about others. But Euphilia said she had to fulfill her duties as a future queen. So Algerd should have understood that their marriage was made unpolitical. Euphilia had also told Algerd that she warned Lionel to be careful with gossip that might drop her status to the commoners. Then Algerd got even more annoyed hearing Euphilia's words, and Algerd said he would find his own life partner. Then Algerd immediately left from there. At night, Anis will try another broom with a magic stone from a rare wolf. Then Ilya gave Anis a mantle because the night air was very cold. Ilya also warned Anis to always be careful and not to fly for a long time because this is still in the experimental stage. Afterward, Anis immediately got on her broom and flew using the power of the magic stone. Her dream of years has finally come true, and Anis is pleased to be able to fly freely like this. But unfortunately, something happened with the magic stone. At Palladia National Academy, the final party for the noble students' graduation is being held today. Everyone has their own partner and has gathered there. Meanwhile, Euphilia was waiting for Algerd's arrival, and after hours passed, Algerd did not come there. Euphilia also heard the conversation of several couples who were talking about rumors about her. This worried Euphilia, and she was forced to enter the main event room without Algerd accompanying her. Before long, Algerd, the higher-ups of the government, and Lionel came there. Algerd congratulated them on their graduation today. Then he also wanted to announce that his engagement with Euphilia was annulled because Algerd had already chosen Laenel to be his fiancée. Euphilia was shocked upon hearing that, and she immediately made it clear to Algerd that his actions were very dangerous to this country. Euphilia didn't want Algerd to be blinded by his desires because their marriage was meant to protect the country's politics. Then Algerd got even angrier at Euphilia because she had no right to say such things. Algerd accused Euphilia of cruel acts towards Laenel. The higher-ups of the government also had evidence of Euphilia's crime of always bullying Laenel. Even Euphilia had her followers kill Laenel. After hearing that, Euphilia was very surprised because she had never done such a thing to Laenel. This was a false accusation, and she had no idea what was happening. Then all the students believed what Algerd and the higher-ups said, because the rumors about Euphilia had always been the truth. Euphilia could only cry because this false accusation brought her to the lowest level in her life, and she will experience even deeper suffering. Euphilia's struggle all this time to become the perfect queen to be just disappeared. She could do nothing to clear her good name from these false accusations. But suddenly, something happened there. It turns out that Anis came and messed up the situation there. Algerd was irritated because the older sister he hated the most was suddenly present at this event. Everyone was surprised because Anis, who couldn't use magic, could enter the academy's highest floor. Then Anis, with her strange and ridiculous behavior, guessed the situation there. At first, she was confused because Euphilia was not beside Algerd and accused Algerd of having an affair with another girl. But Anis thought again after seeing Euphilia's reaction. Finally, Anis knows the situation that is happening here. Anis could hardly believe that the incident of the engagement cancellation was real. In the past, she only read stories like this in novels. Then Anis wanted to kidnap Euphilia to get out of there as soon as possible. Anis tells Algerd that later she will discuss this with Grants. Then Anis immediately brought Euphilia to the kingdom of Palladia.
旅へようこそユフィリア城。ユフィリア城をくださいってお願いするの。
This is a story about two girls who have different characteristics. A princess who is totally obsessed with magic power, but she can't use magic for some reason. And the daughter of a perfectly noble, but her life fate was already suffering because she doesn't have a goal in life again.
これはそんな物語の始まり。